everybody, Jenny B here with my review of Fame the Musical, brought to you by Celador Productions. A little bit about Fame before we start. It was developed by David De Silva, and over the years it has been many on and off Broadway productions, as well as being a television series which resulted in a TV series spin-off. But if you ever mention the word Fame the Musical to anybody, they will not only say the iconic line from the song after it, I Want to Live Forever, but they will also know the film back in 1980s, brought to you by Alan Parker, embodying David De Silva's work. Now, the storyline of Fame is not a cutesy one. It is quite nitty-gritty and hard-hitting in places. It's very emotional, and it does also have themes around alcohol, drugs, and has quite a sexual nature to it. Not explicitly, but it is very comedic in that respect, but I would not recommend this production for anyone under the age of 12. But it starts off wonderfully. Now, these kids are trying to make it big in the one place that is known, New York City. And it opens up with all these young hopefuls starting their auditions to the New York High School of Performing Arts and finding out whether or not they make it through. The first person who you will basically have an instant feel to, maybe for me, would be Miss Sherman, played by Mika Paris. Now, I believe Miss Sherman's role is of a surrogate mother style kind of thing. She knows these kids have talent, but she needs them to understand that it's not talent alone that can help you make it in the world, especially in New York. You need the brains to back you up. She has this beautiful singer voice. There is a rendition of her singing All My Children, and there is a point where she is holding a note, crescendoing it even, and it was just amazing. I could feel the vibrations through the hall as she sung that particular section of the song, and as a result of that there was people doing a standing ovation, so it was absolutely amazing to hear. I was absolutely gobsmacked, so it was fantastic to actually be able to see that happen. Now, I guess regards to some of the characters, now this cast is only 22 people strong, and when I say strong, I mean strong in every sense of the word. It felt like they were a lot larger, and I'm not sure if it's because of how the set was designed, but it just felt like there was more than what there were. I mean, but they were so powerful, and their presence on the stage was absolutely brilliant, so I really enjoyed that. And the fact that I only know that it was a small cast, but yet it felt bigger, means they really embodied Fame the Musical themselves. Now, first things first, we will talk about, let's go with Georgie Porter, who plays Iris. Basically, Georgie Porter is known as Teresa McQueen from Hollyoaks, and also Dancing on Ice, and is known also right now as the spokesperson for Proactive Plus. Now, Iris, the character, she is seen as being a spoiled girl, rich, and looks down her nose at everybody, but actually in reality it's the total opposite. She's actually from a poor family, and she is very insecure about everything. So the whole thing is just a mask for her, and this is where her love interest, if you will, Tyrone, played Jamal Kane Crawford, comes in. Now, they have a love-hate relationship with each other, and the thing is, Jamal doesn't take the academics so seriously, but he does take the dancing seriously because he loves it, and he is really like gangster guy, really laid back, and is just like, you know, hey, teach and stuff, really, really good. Now, but when these two, Iris and Tyrone, dance together, it is flawless, and the fact that the outfits are absolutely stunning and perfect for the roles just work. And Iris is wearing this beautiful skirt which creates this beautiful flowing movement, and when it's done in their segment alone, it's just beautiful work, and the lighting really complemented them very well. There is a little secret about Tyrone. He is actually dyslexic, and that's one reason why he doesn't take the academics so seriously, and that's why he struggles a lot with them, and that's why he pours all his energy into, you know, the dancing and the choreography that he can do, but not really into the main lessons where he does know he does need them in the future, but eventually he does overcome it. Still has some issues, as it's not something you can overcome in the space of one summer, but it is done and he does graduate. So but it was played beautifully, and their attitudes towards each other was absolutely brilliant. Moving on, next we have Nick, and we'll also include Serena. So Nick is played by Keith Jack and Serena is played by Molly Maguire. Now, these two also have a bit of a rough start to their relationship, if you will. Nick is already known among the acting world for being a commercial kid, but he wants to be taken more seriously, hence why he auditioned for the High School of Performing Arts. And Serena is the geek of the group, kind of my girl, to be honest, and basically has a huge crush on Nick, but she really makes it known, so it's not exactly hidden. But he actually, I think he liked her from the start. He warmed up to her towards the end and really went in for his feelings. But I think he liked her from the start and was just like, well, I want you to like me for me, not because I was on a commercial and well known for it. And eventually, during a wonderful scene in the second act of Romeo and Juliet that they had to do, he actually came out of his shell and played the part of Romeo beautifully. Absolutely fantastic. Now, Serena had to sing a song in the first act because they had a falling out over scene partners and the scene selection that they had, because Serena was like, not comfortable with this, it's not me, but Nick was like, well, it's me and I want to do this. And they had a bit of an argument, and then she sang the song Let's Do a Love Scene, and you could really feel the pain in her voice when she sung it. Oh, it was beautiful. She really emulated all that emotion into that song and how much she really wanted to be with Nick at that time. Next, I will basically have to make a disclaimer. Now, Carmen, she was meant to be played by Stephanie Rojas on the night. However, we had Serena Matthew, who played Carmen, as her understudy. And now Carmen is the triple threat. She is the sassy, confident in her abilities girl. She knows she can make it and she believes in herself fully, but there is a little bit of cracks within her armor. She has a front too. She believes that she will make it before everyone else. She doesn't need to graduate. She'll do the acting, but she doesn't need to basically have the credentials behind her. But unfortunately, Carmen meets a very untimely end, and her love interest, SloMo, what an awesome name that is, SloMo, played by Simon Anthony, was the one person who absolutely adored her. It was obvious from the start. They actually write a beautiful song together, which is quite hard-hitting, and at the end of the show it's what they also sing, because of the fact that due to the drug use Carmen ended up in thanks to a con artist agent in LA, she unfortunately passes too early. Now, next will be Mabel. Now, I feel Mabel is very funny. Serena does have her comedic moments too, but I believe Mabel is top girl for comedy for me in this one. Absolutely hilarious. She is, I wouldn't say she was fat, but she was declared overweight in the show, but the thing is, she really took it in her stride. She was like, I want to stop eating, but I'm on this, and I can't, but I'm on this diet. It's the seafood diet, and actually the seafood, I eat it diet. But she was brilliant, and it never got her down. And she really sang these wonderful songs, and her dance moves were just fantastic. So, and Haley Johnston, who played her, was brilliant, absolutely lovely, definitely a bubbly type of girl, and that seems like her and Mabel may be kindred spirits in that respect. So absolutely fantastic work there, really enjoyed it. Now, last but by no means least, Albie Brooks, who plays Joe, is my top guy. He was hilarious. This Hispanic guy, really cocky. He was so funny. He was brilliant in the dancing and the singing, but he was definitely the best comedic value of the show for me, especially when it came to when, again, in the Romeo and Juliet scene, he was meant to be Romeo originally, started off, but he was getting so bored. He even dressed for the part. It was so funny, and that's why you need to really take it back when you say the sexual nature part of the show, but it was brilliant. He absolutely portrayed Joe fantastically, and I would have definitely have been into that myself if I'm honest, but yeah, let's not go into that too much. Now, the dancing in some respects was absolutely brilliant. My top favourite dance would be the opening act for Act 2, where they all did this flamenco style dancing with chairs, and they all dressed in black flamenco dresses and flamenco outfits. It was fantastic. Absolutely loved it. And that's the kind of thing I'd love to do. If there was an opportunity for the audience members to get up there and join in with that, I would have literally been climbing over the seats to do it. I absolutely loved it. Every dance move was done with such precision. It was amazing. Even the dance teacher, Miss Bell, played by Kate Warsop, she was brilliant too. The gracefulness of everyone and the precision they have is just amazing. The set design was fantastic. However, I do have one little quirk about it. I noticed that Iris Kelly's headshot and Mabel's, which I couldn't see her last name for, headshot, they were exactly the same. It was just the face was just different. That was it. Just the face. But I noticed the top, the hair, and it was exactly the same. But it was really awesome to see because it was just showing all their headshots and as them as coming up as alumni. It was really, really great. The show was obviously diverse because they used it many times for different things. They had some interchangeable stairs that moved around or came off. They brought out lockers. They had those lockers that were obviously reversible. One had a mirror, the other had a chalkboard, naturally to set the scenes for dance studios and classrooms. But overall, it's an absolute fantastic fun production, and the way they ended it couldn't have been better, which was naturally going to be singing Fame, the song, and everyone in the theatre was standing up and clapping to that particular song. It was absolutely brilliant, and the best part was Carmen started it off, but it was finished by Miss Sherman. Beautifully done, absolutely fantastic, and it was brilliant to see. And the only thing I can honestly say now is that if you have not already got your tickets for Fame, hurry up and get them. You are missing on such a classic production. Fame is always going to live forever and will definitely outlive us, and we will always use it as part of our history, our pop culture history. I mean, we all say Fame, I want to live forever, or when fame costs, it's going to cost you in sweat. We use all those words, we use all those lyrics, and every time the song comes on, everyone throws their hands up in the air and loves it. Even on the night, I actually went in my own leg warmers and lycra, and that's what set the trend overall. Thanks to Madonna and the ballet, Fame really emphasized it, and because of them, we have such an iconic piece of pop culture. So thank you so much, Celador Productions, for bringing this particular production to us in Torquay. And I really look forward to what you will bring to us next. So that's enough from me, and I hope you will book your tickets soon. Other than that, I'll see you later.